Good morning and welcome to Live in a Greenhouse on YouTube. If you're new here, this channel is about my journey to design, build, and then live in the first greenhouse enclosed tiny home in the United States. Being the end of the month, today is the February walk around. This month's overnight lows outside have ranged from the low 30s to about 40 degrees Fahrenheit and highs in the upper 40s to mid 50s. It hasn't rained as much, and temperatures inside the greenhouse have been only a couple degrees warmer on rainy days and up to 10 degrees warmer on sunny days. This has been a very busy month with a couple transformative changes, one of which is actually with this channel. I've been doing videos for more than 2 years and finally got around to creating a Patreon page where you can buy me a cup of coffee and get access to exclusive content. But the main focus this month has been preparing to plant the food and ornamental gardens. Last year was my first time planting inside a greenhouse, and I battled powdery mildew and poor soil fertility all season. This year I'm trying to get ahead of the powdery mildew as much as possible by washing the walls and spraying with potassium bicarbonate. This month also made great strides in reducing the relative humidity. Stay to the end to see some before and after data shots. So if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. It's free to you, and it really helps my videos get shown to more viewers. And come along today to see what's been happening around the greenhouse. I borrowed a hand truck so I could move some rocks out of this pile to here and move the pile that was here to be able to drive into the space for material delivery. Rake leaves from the drain field to mulch here. A little more prep to the drain field, and then I'll just toss wildflower seed here for this summer. Not much left of the 6 yards of dirt. Moved the last of the rocks from the pile that was here to level next to the ramp. This pile is next. Reposition the rocks terracing this corner, a bit more dirt and ready to plant. The mountain of cardboard and concrete blocks are gone. Did a chop and drop through here for a layer of mulch and to spread the rose campion, foxglove, and daisy seeds. I'd like to get these stairs positioned this summer. Swept the deck, now add pressure wash and paint touch-up to the to-do list. This hydrangea is recovering nicely from the freeze. I'll transplant these bulbs after they're done blooming. Started hauling horse manure, amending some of the beds inside the greenhouse. Not much happening here, except I put up one set of bird spikes, but we'll wait until it's warmer to wash the wall and door. Still full for about 6,000 gallons. This is the working side of the greenhouse that acts as a catch-all for stuff going in and coming out of the greenhouse. Before going in, let's take a look at the end of January, illuminated by the LED roof lights and rope lights at the 8-foot purlin. Purple beds were empty except carrot seedlings. I'd taken the blankets off the lemon and calamandan, but was keeping them close in case of another freeze. This is where the most effort has been over the month. Today it's warm enough to have the house doors open. Not sure yet if the lemon will survive the freeze, but has been trimmed and repotted and living inside for the rest of the winter. The Sam Houston peach has lots of pink buds. I think the lime is dead from the freeze in January, but leaving it a little bit longer just in case. The calamandan lost most of its leaves, but it has come back from a freeze last year and damage during construction, so I'm holding out hope for this time. The olive moved to its new, sunnier, and permanent location to make room for a large-scale dehumidifier. Humidity has been a problem, and I finally had the time to analyze how I wanted to deal with it. I couldn't follow commercial greenhouse calculations because even though this is a commercial greenhouse, the commercial dehumidifiers are loud, large, and/or too expensive for a greenhouse that is lived in rather than providing revenue. And unlike a 2,100 square foot open room, who knows what effect the house has to blocking the east-west airflow, or whether one unit will be enough, or whether I'll need a second on the other side of the house. This unit is supposed to cover 7,000 square feet and extract 250 pints per day. There were a few days where the temp inside the greenhouse was around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so I was able to get the final patch applied. But then I decided since the pool was almost empty, why not finish draining it to clean it before refilling? Just the cover crop here for the next few weeks. I removed the grids the peas had grown on to be able to wash the walls before planting spring crops, trying to get powdery mildew under control for this growing season. This frame is one of the hugelkultur beds, so it wasn't deep enough to grow carrots or other root crops, so I transplanted the carrots to the perimeter bed and doubled the depth of this bed. Added this raised bed out of 2x12s. Without sticks in the bottom, it should be deep enough for most plants. I'll need to adjust the irrigation in this area and bring in more dirt. Hopefully I can get to that in March. Added this unlined bed for the olive tree. Nothing new at the potting bench except this year's seeds have arrived, so it's now a priority to make room for seed trays. Transplanted carrots have recovered nicely. The mouse is no more. He managed to eat the peanut butter off one trap without triggering it, but was not as fortunate with the second trap. I look at this section while working at my day job, and with spring flowers starting to arrive at the nursery, I got one more of the border beds planted so I could start planting this area. So far I've been moving in plants that have been biding their time elsewhere, like these bulbs that were under the peach tree, the columbine that was in the peas and bean bed, and the dianthus. A few things I didn't like about these border beds that I wanted to fix was that when the furniture is in place, it blocked the view of most of the garden area, and the beds were a uniform height that I wanted to add more interest. I think these raised beds will be a nice addition. Finally got the dresser out, wiped down all the furniture, and back to trying different arrangements to decide what permanent furniture to buy. I've sifted a lot of round rock while planting the stepping stones outside the living room that has gone into this gabion basket. I love the way the house lights up on a sunny day. Yesterday it was warm enough to have the doors open. Even the night blooming cereus went out for an hour or so. And there you have it. Just leaving the ridge vents open at night makes a noticeable difference in overnight humidity levels. I'm excited to see what difference the dehumidifier will make toward getting humidity under control and reining in the powdery mildew. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And come back next time for the spring planting progress.